सब्सक्राइब करें राइजिंग स्टार टूर एंड ट्रैवल चैनल को और बेल आइकॉन को दबाएं लेटेस्ट ट्रैवल रिलेटेड वीडियोस सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Bali is probably the most visited place in all of Southeast Asia, but there is a reason behind the madness, and in this video I am gonna show you why you need to book your next trip ticket to Bali. So, without further ado, let's hop into the video. Seminyak is probably the most developed part of Bali. Staying in an incredible villa as you can see here will literally cost you just as much as staying in a 4-star hotel in a Western country. Though Seminyak doesn't rank high for adventure factor, but it definitely has a lot to offer if you are just looking to put your feet up enjoying some luxury living. One of the incredible thing about Bali is that the living cost is much more affordable. It is home to many resorts, incredible fine dining and excellent nightlife, and speaking of good food, Motel Mexico is a great place for nightlife and food, but beware, it is quite expensive. Number 9 is Gunung Koti. This is an incredible temple built into a hillside. The environment is in the lush green forest of Bali, and there is something very unique about being here. You truly feel like you are experiencing some of Bali's history. The entire complex was actually built in the 11th century as a massive tombstone for the king and his family. It's definitely worth exploring. Next up on the list is Jimbaran Perple. Visit here to enjoy the sunset, enjoy some fresh seafood. You can definitely expect to compete with some crowd, but you will surely have a remarkable night with some great food. Bali is filled with incredible waterfalls, but the one that stand the most out of it is Tege Nungan waterfall. Tege Nungan is probably the most visited of all the waterfalls. It's no less magical and is definitely a photographer's dream. Next on the list is Ubud. Ubud is a town that has a very unique Balinese culture to it. It is filled with local markets, coffee shops and restaurants. Ubud is pretty much a must-visit place if you are coming to Bali. It is definitely one of the popular tourist attractions, so it does get busy. If you are looking for a fun day trip, one of the things you can do is the Ubud monkey jungle. It's quite fun to see all these monkeys hanging out. One thing that should definitely be cautioned is that Ubud is surrounded by rice paddies, and rice paddies are inhabited by insects. Number 5 is a place which is actually not in Bali, but is very close to it. It is Gili Islands. Gili Islands is a must-visit place and is people's favorite. There are no cars here, there is only paddle bikes. That basically gives you an idea of the pace on the islands. Everything is very slow moving, everything is very relaxed. And you can stay in fairly nice accommodation and have some great food here. People come here with the intention of staying for a day or two and end up staying for a week. You can definitely find yourself getting into a bit of nightlife routine. They actually have some snorkeling tours and they are actually like $5 or $10. They are super affordable. You want a boat for half a day, they give you snorkels, goggles. It's totally worth a day trip. Of course, one of the main activities of being here is sitting on a recliner chair and drinking a beer. So, the next on the list is Kuta. Kuta is actually a place that has very mixed reviews depending on who you talk to. Some people will say they loved it, while some people will say they hated it. Tons of people come here to party, get cheap food. Essentially it's the most westernized part of Bali, and it is pretty much the nightlife capital of the island. It is definitely a place where a lot of backpackers like to come. If you just want to get into surfing and you are looking for great beginner's place, Kuta actually has a beach that is fantastic for that. The waves are very manageable and you can pretty much go on the beach and rent the surfboard on any single given day. There is no security deposit, no insurance form to fill up, you simply give the guy a surfboard. He lends you a surfboard and you are off. It has everything from Starbucks to McDonald's and pretty much every other popular restaurant chain. If you want to enjoy an affordable cost of living from accommodation to food, then Kuta could be your place. Number 3 on the list is Uluwatu. This is a place that people actually rave about. The best thing about it is that it has a very silent environment which still has amazing villas, hotels, restaurants. The very iconic site here including cliffside temples. I would surely ask you to add this to your list. So, the next is Canggu. It is people's one of most favorite developed area in Bali. It is enough of quiet side and you feel that you are outside the busyness of Bali and you have a nice and yet you also have a nice surf feel town. It is one of the best places to catch the great waves that hit Bali. You can find everything here from entry level to expensive villas and hotels. It's a kind of place where you get those really hipstery trendy coffee shops and other beach town deals. And so the number 1 recommendation of Bali is Nusa Penida. This place is the hidden gem of Bali and will surely drop your jaw. Within about 45 minutes of ferry off the mainland of Bali you will arrive here. This place is something out of the dream. It's hard to show you around in a day, you will definitely need 2 days. The roads are slightly undeveloped and quite mountainous. You can definitely try to rent a scooter. There are few very amazing lookout points here. Staying in Nusa Penida will definitely cost you a little bit more than the mainland because it's not overly developed, but it is very up and coming, so be ready for development, and I highly recommend you guys to get here as soon as possible because it might not be the same story in 5 years and these viewpoints might become a whole lot busier. Accommodation range from budget to medium scale. There isn't anything too high-end on the island.